Hello everyone, my name is Denise. I'm a Catholic counselor and today I'll be talking on the topic Narcissistic Self-Sufficiency. It's been a topic that's been brewing in my head for a long time and I've been observing it in many people and observing the nuances. I think today I'm finally ready to give my first go at trying to explain it. So, narcissistic self-sufficiency is a cocktail of contempt for others, inability to express needs, and need to, what's that word? Grandiosity and entitlement. Four things again. Contempt, inability to express needs, grandiosity, and self-entitlement. These four things lead to self-sufficiency. So, it's hard to understand it if you're not a narcissist, right? It's quite a bizarre way of thinking. Because I'm so privileged to listen to being in the vicinity of many. So listening to their point of view, I am able to offer empathy. Like, why are they like this? Okay, so it's because of this. Their worldview is predicated on this. Like, since I was little, nobody cared for my needs. Everybody was just looking at me to be their support. So it could be the early parentalized child that from a young age had to care for their parents, their mom and their dad needs. Okay, and the only way I can provide to find any form of affirmation or admiration is by providing the needs of others. So that could be in forms of monetary needs or providing emotional support, or even mirroring, because codependency is very tied to narcissism. So of their own needs, they have no understanding and it's buried so deeply they don't even know where it is already. Okay. However, they are actually aware that they have needs to some superficial level. Like, for example, you ask a narcissistic parents, what are your retirement plans? When you grow old, who do you want to live with? For all your 3 children, who do you want to live with? Whose kids do you want to look after, or what? Then they'll probably say, my kids are ungrateful one lah. My plan is not to depend on them. They're just useless and ungrateful. My plan is to save enough money so that I have enough money for my own retirement. I'll rely on myself. I'll check myself into the most high class old folks home and just spend the rest of my days there. Or go on a cruise and just be on a permanent cruise. When I die, they throw my body overboard. I don't have any plans to rely on anybody. So you see, you can hear that. You can hear the self-sufficiency and the contempt. So imagine if you're a parent and you thought that way of your kids. Firstly, you don't make adequate demands of them to take care of you. So that will impede their growth into well-rounded people who can care for others. Secondly, it is a form of contempt for your children. You're not like urging them to reach higher up, and it comes from a place of deep bitterness and resentment, not only to your kids but the whole of humankind in general. I've experienced this before. I was on the train to work, and my work is a hard work. Hours and hours of listening to people and caring for their needs. So I was just sitting on the train, feeling quite sick that day. So beside me there was a lady. She was I think she had some knee surgery or what. She had some difficulties moving. However, the seat right at the corner, which is the reserved seat for the elderly, the pregnant or infirm, was not available. But she didn't want to ask for it. Instead, right, she hurled herself using the arm bars into that chair, and when it was time for her to exit, she also didn't ask anybody for assistance to get out of the chair. She just try her best to reach for the armbar and then hurt herself up. In the process, she was being quite annoying to everyone around her, like me who was sitting beside her and all that. Like, instantly I sense a sense of contempt. Like, you people don't care about my needs. I'm so sick and tired of asking for my needs to be met. I'll just meet it myself. With 0% insight or awareness that she's actually being a nuisance as a result. It would be nice if she asked for the seat, the special seat, or if she couldn't, like maybe some really elderly person is there, to ask one of us beside her to help her up, right? But no, she couldn't have that basic ability to rely on others for that basic needs to be met. So you see, for some societies, right, that's considered like virtuous. But frankly, if you really like this independence, but if you really experience it, it is not that kind of long-suffering, saintly kind of perseverance and endurance and fortitude in life. It comes with a lot of resentment. They're just generally resentful of human beings. Okay, I want to say there's a caveat to it, that these people, they have usually have one person or two at that point of their lives whom they allow to be taken care of. That's usually their spouse or the golden child, the one in the family the one child in the family whom they have less contempt. So to that person, right, they are able to express their needs, and usually it's a crazy amount of needs, like call you at midnight and expect an instant reply, expect you to buy groceries and send it all the way to their house, their doorsteps, the kind of unreasonable demands. And at the same time also prevents, like gets very angry. Let's say I'm the golden child, I've been selected to take care of my aged parents. Not only will they make very crazy demands on me, they will also not allow me to care for other people. You see that, Denise? You volunteer too much in church, or you volunteer too much, all these things, you should be diverting all the resources to me. Or you see how much money you spend on treating your in-laws on this food, whether this money should come to me. Something like that, you get what I mean? So for the one or two they've selected to be privileged enough to assist them in their daily living and to meet their needs, they are overly demanding and also very exclusive. They want you to devote all their resources to them by cutting off other people. So that is, in general, if you are the person being so luckily selected to help them, you experience it as a form of intrusion and why can't these people be more understanding and more generous towards other people, right? And also, so strange also, the narcissist tends to select a codependent partner and allows that person to care for him or her. But because the person is a codependent, he or she will naturally have the proclivity to care for many people, not only within the family, all the neighbors, all the friends, and also and then after they make this perfect pairing, the codependent and the narcissist, right? The narcissist complains that codependent is too helpful. But in fact, if he wasn't in the first place such a helpful person, they wouldn't have formed that pairing. So it's quite a funny catch-21. Okay. All that aside, why is self-sufficiency bad? Because it also comes from a place of contempt. I believe that everyone else is black, I'm the only white one. It's a splitting. Everyone else is bad, I'm the only good one. Everyone else totally black, I'm the only white one. And I'm suffering under a system, a society that is crushing me. So it's a factory that generates resentment on itself. And your eyes are always going out looking out for people who fit the criteria, and you will find it. You will find people who will be mean, nasty and all that, who like, can I have this seat please? They say, no, why should... Occasionally you'll find that as well. So your contempt for people, if you're a narcissist, draws out the darker bits of people, confirming your hypothesis that the world is a dark place. That's why some narcissists, they get worse and worse as they age. Even in their 80s, they're still feeling that self-righteousness with the self-sufficiency and contempt. It's really not the best place to be. That's why narcissism is in itself a punishment for itself. Okay, so that's all I have in terms of talking about the problem. So let's talk about the solution. The solution is first to uncover what your needs are. If you find that you might be a narcissist and you have self-sufficiency, the first thing is to understand what your needs are. They are really buried very deeply, probably from childhood. Basic needs like the need to be heard, to be understood, to be seen, to be cared for, to be the yearning to be cherished, to be important, to be top priority to someone. Okay, you need to identify those needs. You need to diversify the sources of you getting those needs met, not just from your partner or your golden child. You need to also try to have friends. You know that they're not perfect, but as you diversify your resources, it becomes less burdensome and also become independent. Things that you can meet yourself, needs that you can meet yourself, you meet it. So you don't become such a demanding person as well. I think one of the problems with narcissism is that people don't know how to calibrate how much to ask for, and so they either ask for too much or they ask for too little. To that one exclusive person that they have selected to meet their needs, they ask too much. To the rest of the world, they ask too little. Like the train analogy, her not asking for the reserved seat or asking for help to get up and off the seat, that was asking too little from society. Okay? Which is actually a due that society ought to give to everybody, right? This basic respect. They actually don't demand that from society, and they correspondingly don't give it to society. Like other people who are in need, you say, oh, you ask for help, I'm so independent, follow me, okay? Don't be such a needy, dependent person. You're a burden to society, you should not even exist. So that's their core belief that they put on themselves and on other people. So it's quite a toxic and sad kind of core belief. So okay, with that said, I'd like to reiterate again, that's why narcissism is in itself a punishment for itself. If you have been a victim of narcissist, you never have to take revenge, because it is a rabbit hole that they spiral deeper and deeper and get more and more miserable as they grow old, more and more isolated and lonely. You don't have to fight back. They're just suffering on their own. Okay, so that's all I have for you guys today. I hope it's been helpful. If it has, kindly press like, share and subscribe. Thank you so much, and God bless.